So first up is gonna be I Forgot That You Existed. Forgot that you existed. Isn't love, it isn't hate, it's just indifference. So my thoughts on this one, I like it as an opener, something nice and light to listen to. And yeah, it's just kind of like interesting how like at certain points people can mean like so much like to you and you're like, I can't see my life without this person, and then things happen or whatever, and then like you heal from that, and then you like literally forget that this person who like once meant so much to you, like you just like forget that they existed. So I like that. I really like the lyrics for it. I like the vocals. I like the bridge, and yeah, I think it's a good opening track, so I enjoy it.
It's not my personal favorite opening track, but it is a good one. It definitely grows on you. You know, it's bubbly and she's cute. And I think it is a good introduction to what's to come. But she's cute.
Definitely, definitely.
I I really wonder if the song is really about Calvin or not, though. Because you know, Taylor, there's always theories to who the songs are about, and there's been so many rumors. This could have been about Carly. It could have been about Lord. It could have been about
She's friends with
Calvin or
Lord.
Kanye.
What are you talking about?
There was a lot of the theories at
Well,
the
no, she's always
time.
been good with Lord. Yeah, her and Lord are friends. They've been friends for a bit. Yeah, I don't think this would be about her at all. Yeah.
I said theory.
People just say anything about the series. Honestly, I could really care less who her songs are about. I guess there's something that's kind of interesting about it, but at the same time, I care about if it's a good song or not, which it is. But yeah, her and Lord go way back. Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah, I don't think
definitely.
it would be about her.
No, it would be. I think it's more about Calvin
Yeah, probably.
because like after This Is What You Came For came out, and during the Reputation era is like, you know, I'm happy I'm with Joe. I'm in love. So she didn't really address him too much back then.
Period. All right, now let's do track two, Cruel Summer. So, as everyone has said, definitely should have been the lead single for the album. We can all agree on that. But hey, at least she's released it as a single now. We gonna get that music video though? Like, that's what I want to know. Because why don't we still not have a visual for this long? If you're gonna go ahead and release it as a single, the least you could do is give a music video. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is like one of her best songs. And I feel like Getaway Car from Reputation was kind of like the template for this song. And then this just like perfected on like what was started there with the production and stuff. So the production on here is like very cool. I love the production here. Lyrics are great as well. I love the bridge. And yeah, just a really interesting one. I love the lyrics and stuff as well. Like definitely one of her best songs. And deserves all the praise that it gets, to be honest.
Period. Exactly. The bridge. Oh my god, the bridge is definitely one of my top. It like she's up there. Like I literally when she screams, "I love you," ain't that the worst thing you ever heard? Like, come on. And then he looks up grinning like a devil. We all know this is about her first summer with Joe. When she was going through all that bullshit. And I think this is when they first met at the Met,
Yeah, I think they
actually.
first met at the Met Gala, yeah.
Hey, Alex.
Hello.
We're talking about Cruel Summer.
Yeah, if you have any thoughts you want to
If
add, then I will give you the request to be a speaker and you can speak. If not, that's okay. I will be uploading this onto my YouTube channel afterwards, by the way, so please keep that in mind if you do want to talk. But continue.
really feel like talking, always leave a
Yeah, if you want
comment.
to leave a comment or you just want to listen, then that's okay.
Yeah, I still can't believe after 4 years they finally decided, okay, let's make it a single. I need the video now. I need it in my veins.
Well, I heard
Like, come
something about
on.
she was gonna release it as a single and then the pandemic happened, so she wasn't able to. So that's what I heard somewhere. I feel like she said that, yeah.
That you are. That you were.
Yeah, it should have been lead single for the album, like everybody has said a billion times over. But it's a great record. It's really like pop perfection, Taylor at her best, and I really like the way that she writes. It's just like really interesting to listen to. So everything about the song is really captivating to me, and yeah, I really like Jack Antonoff as producer, and he really ate down with this one. I mean, what else can I say about something that hasn't already been said? But now we go on to track three, Lover. All right, so I think this is a gorgeous song, definitely a kind of wedding song. And again, her songwriting on here is really beautiful, really pointed, really detailed. And I really love the bridge on here as well. And yeah, just really nice, like, sentiments up on here in terms of the lyrics, which I love. And the production here is really fitting as well. Everything kind of ties up nicely. I like her vocals on this track. I love the music video for this. Definitely a highlight of the album, I will say. I feel like it's aged pretty well and very enjoyable for me to listen to. So I adore this one. I do. I feel like it doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves amongst like the songs on this album. I feel like it kind of gets lost on the shuffle. And also just in general throughout her entire discography, I feel like it deserves a lot more than it gets.
I think out of all the singles that had videos, I think this is the one that I go back to the most. I love how she pretty much wrote this by herself on piano. Like, come on. It's always either a guitar or a piano, and she wrote this on piano. And again, weddings. It wasn't played at mine, but weddings.
Please, no,
Come
it
on.
wasn't played at mine.
Well, it wasn't out yet. It wasn't out yet. So I can't feel totally horrible.
Yes, but no, but that was
Yeah,
funny. Yeah,
she's a
but
Charlie to say
welcome,
hi,
welcome.
welcome.
We are talking about the song Lover by Taylor Swift. So if you have any notes that you want to add, feel free to chime in. I will upload this on my YouTube channel afterwards, so just letting you know in advance. We're gonna continue on to track number 4, The Man. Okay, so my thoughts on this song. I can appreciate the sentiments that she's going forward on this one, just saying, like, I'm only gonna get so far because I am a woman, and there is so much, like misogyny and stuff in society, and just the way women are treated in general just is horrible, and the double standards and all that. And there's like a lot to dive in just in respect to that. But I really appreciate the way that she like tackled that and just saying, the way that I go about my career, it's all calculated this and whatever. But if a man was to go about and do the same thing, you guys would say he's a genius, and kind of the contradictions there. So I really like the songwriting on here. I like the bridge on here. I think it's great. I think I like when she does it acoustic. Her vocals are good. The production is cute. So I enjoy it. It's kind of like, I don't know. I went back and forth to this song. Like, there was a period where I was like, I love this song. Like, I listen to it every time, even in my spare time, I would like listen to it. And then I just like would keep skipping it. Not because it was a bad song, just because I wouldn't be in the mood to hear it at that time. So I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. And it was a good way to go about the subject because I think there's like so much that goes into that.
She definitely had her political moment here, and I agree with everything that you said. Is it my favorite on the album? No, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, and side note, the music video did not give. I'm sorry, like, I'm gonna have to say it. But that's why we move on to track number 5, The Archer. So this is like one of my favorite track 5s that she has ever done. I feel like it's very underrated among the track 5s and very underrated on this album. Again, like every time I see people talk about the best track 5s, why is this one not in the conversation? I know that it was a single. A lot of people like, why was it a single? You either get it or you don't. And what I really like about this song is like how self-aware that she is and just saying, I've been the archer, I've been the prey, who could ever leave me, darling, but who could stay? Just kind of, I guess, recognizing that there's like excellent qualities about herself, and I guess she sees like why people are like interested in that or whatever, but also saying like, I do have things that, are the best about me. We all have our things that like we struggle with and like our negatives and stuff like that. So sometimes it's kind of just like, I'm really my own enemy, and you kind of have to just like work against that and also be honest with yourself and realize your flaws and stuff like that. And so I really appreciate just like how open that this song is, because I really don't think it's easy to open up like that, especially being at the pinnacle of like where she is when this album came out and that she continues to be at. So I just really like that, and I could go on and on about the lyrics. I just think it's great. I really love the production. It's a very cinematic production. It's very cool. I like the vocals on here. Everything about the song is really good to me. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites off of this album.
I don't know why, but for some reason, just now, when I started thinking about the message of this song, why did I start thinking about peace? Like, would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Like, I could definitely see those two songs being sisters, you
That's a
know?
really good connection to make. I
But
didn't think about it like that. But now that you bring that in, because yeah, it's like being aware, like she says in that song, kind of, that it's like with the level of fame that she's at, there's certain things that she's going to go through with like all the stalkers that she has. And like when you're an A-lister like that, there's only so much privacy you can have. So when you kind of tie that into like how self-aware she is on this song, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good connection.
I was very shocked that she added this one to the set list for Lover, but it made me appreciate the song so much more. It definitely is not, I don't think it's talked about enough in the Swiftie fandom. I don't know. But yeah, great track 5.
Yeah, she has a lot of underrated songs like across her discography, a lot that I feel like deserve a lot
Is
more.
it Lover? No, but it
Top
definitely
five on
is,
this
you
album,
know,
in my
a good,
opinion. Definitely ate that.
not the saddest song, but it's a
Yeah,
good
I
track
really
5.
like it. I like it. I like it. All right, now we will go on to track number 6. I think he knows. Thank God that's finally over. I do not like this song. To me, this is the worst song on the album.
Oh,
I don't want to cause a little bit of controversy, but it had to be said. Like, I've been waiting way too long for this one. Like, oh my, I can't do it. It's just like, it makes me cringe. Like, it does not give. You thumbs me down, but I have been one that's okay standing alone in my unpopular opinions. Yeah, it don't give. I'm
oh my,
sorry. I just don't like it.
definitely
You know, whenever they did the
no.
mashup between this and Lavender Haze, why would you ruin Lavender Haze like that? Whoa, let's keep it apart. Let's
Because,
keep it apart,
because
babe. Mm-mm.
okay, no, but see, the thing is, the very first time I heard Lavender Haze, I immediately thought of her vocal delivery on this song. Like, they could be, like, those could be sisters too. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. It wasn't my favorite at first, but I think he knows definitely grew on me. Probably one of the most on this album. I definitely appreciate it for what it is.
Well,
And
someone has to.
she is
Thank
so
God.
fucking
Like,
cute. She's so fucking cute. Like, come on.
no, it's a chop for me. Every time I listen to this album, I'm not gonna be listening. That this song right here is why Spotify invented the hide song feature. So when I play the album, it doesn't even come up. I don't even have to skip at all because it just automatically goes to the track. I can't do, like, why would you, like, no. But now we gonna move on to classics, real music, track number 7, Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Thank God we on to real music. This is one of the best songs in her entire discography. I've been saying this is one of my favorite songs by her ever since I really got into her music. And yeah, some people don't realize the brilliance of this song. And I'm glad that her using it as the opener of the tour got people to like appreciate it more, I will say. But some people still don't give it enough. Some people still don't give it enough. I recognize the brilliance on, my first few listens. But wow, like I feel like this is something that feels different for her in the best way. Like the production on here is just so captivating to listen to, and I just love it. I think it's super super cool and like unique, and it really stands out in her discography. I like her vocals. I like the ad-libs that she has on here, and I love the lyrics. And it basically said the song is about her disillusionment with the current state of United States politics, using a metaphor consisting of a high school parable and homecoming imagery. And so the fact that like you can listen to the song and like, oh, it's about a high schooler, you could listen to it and oh, it's about politics. Like I think that that's so cool that the lyric can have like two different meanings. So I just love it. Songwriting on here is like amazing, and then like the whole chants going on along with it, and just it's brilliant. It's a brilliant piece. I wish she would have done a music video for this song. Like like the visual would be amazing. Like I just know it. I really like, if I could have a visual for like any of her songs, like this would be like top tier for me personally. I really love the song title, and everything about it is just like really incredible. And then also I wrote down whenever she says like, I adore you, I'm crazy for you, then I was at 16 lost in the film scene. So she might be referencing whenever she did Crazier for the Hannah Montana movie, which is really cool because that is also one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. So if she intentionally did that, then that's genius. If she did it by accident, then I still love it. But I could go on about the song forever. I just think it's brilliant.
But yes, definitely, a hidden gem. She is perfect. I love the message And it's just, it needs to be talked about more. And she truly was a mastermind for making this the first song.
Now you're saying
Because
Mastermind, and that's a
it's
song
been
off
a
of
long time
Midnight. I
coming.
see you. That's really iconic to use for like the tour intro. I'm really surprised she went off with that song. I really would have thought she would have done like Cruel Summer or something else as the opener, but it makes sense. It's been a long time coming because, you know, the pandemic and everything. But yeah, the song really was a stroke of genius. And when it's all said and done, this needs to be like ranked up in her top songs. But people don't give it enough. All right, now we're good to move on to track number 8, Paper Rings. Alright, so my thoughts on the song, it really grew on me actually. I used to not care for the song at all. I was like, you know, I just didn't really get it. But now I can appreciate, you know, the fun, cheeky nature of it and how it progresses and stuff. I like the lyrics of it. I like the sentiment of it, you know, and you thumbsing me down. But I've come a long way on this song. I'm gonna let her have her cute moment and I'm gonna enjoy it for, you know, the 3 minutes and change for this song. Not one of my favorites on the album, but it's not something that I have to skip it anymore. So it's grown. Those are my thoughts. Crystal, if you talking, I can't hear you.
I was trying to connect to my car. I had to get in my car.
It sounds horrible, babes. You need to disconnect immediately.
Oh my god.
It sounds like you in a fishbowl, like.
Is this a little better?
No.
She wasn't my favorite at first. She really wasn't. But, you know, it's a slow grower for me. But yeah, she's definitely cute and up there and fun. Is it my favorite? No, but I can appreciate her, you know. I think the message she's trying to convey is, you know, I might like fancy things, but I'm so in love. I'm marrying you with paper rings, you know. That's how in love she was. Rest in peace, Joe. And
No, please.
Taylor.
I was gonna say, not saying rest in peace. He is still well and living.
For the relationship, God.
And now we continue to track number 9, Cornelia Street.
Hope it never ends, never walk Cornelia Street again.
So my thoughts on this song, I like it. I think it may run a little long for me. Like maybe if she cut off like 30 seconds for the song, then it would be perfect. I just noticed every single time I listen to it, I'm like, this goes on a little bit longer for me than I would like. I like her vocals, you know, and the sentiment is heartbreaking, just saying, you know, like this is a special place we have together, and if things ended, like I couldn't go here because, you know, it would just cause me so much pain. I like the production of it as well. So it's something that I do enjoy. I like whenever she does it live as well.
Yeah, definitely. I love Cornelia Street. Yeah, it hits different now, but I still love it as a whole. Definitely underrated, in my opinion.
I feel like it gets a lot, at least on the section of Twitter I'm on. But I mean, different things for different people. I mean, I like it, but it's not one of my favorite songs in the album. It's ones that I just like personally prefer over it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, now on to track number 10, Death by a Thousand Cuts.
Death by a thousand cuts, just to kill my time. I took the long way home. Past the traffic lights, if it'll be alright. They say I don't know.
Alright, so my thoughts on this one. I really enjoy this song. I feel like it's one that's grown more. Like, I've always really liked it. Don't get me wrong, but the more that I listen to it, I really appreciate it. I think it's a great, you know, breakup song and everything. I believe she said this was inspired by a movie on Netflix. Wasn't it called, like, Someone Great or something like that? I might have completely botched the title. Yeah, I think, like, her work inspired things on Netflix and vice versa. So it's just really cool how things inspire each other. So I like it. And then I love the lyric, I dress to kill my time, I take the long way home, I ask the traffic lights if it'll be alright, they say I don't know. I just really enjoy it overall. I think the bridge is excellent, definitely one of her best bridges, really interesting to listen to, and the production is really dynamic and cool to listen to. So I mean, everything up on here, you know, really comes across full swing, so I really enjoy it. And you know, she really showed, like, even though I'm in love at this time, I can still write a great breakup song, so I appreciate it.
This song hurts me so much in the best ways possible. This is definitely one of my favorites on the album. I mean, come on. My heart, my hips, my body, my love. Trying to find a part of me that you didn't touch. Gave up on me like I was a bag drug. Now, how the hell did she mess this up?
Period.
Literally, she messes up and was like, "What? How the hell do I write songs like this? Why do I write songs like this? Because you're a mastermind. Hello." I adore this song. I love this song so much.
Exactly. The real get it. And yeah, I really appreciate this song, and I'm glad that a lot of fans enjoy it too, because I think it's a good moment on the album. And would have been a cute single, I think. And I like whenever she does this one live too, the little acoustic moment, I will say. And then we will move on to track number 11, London Boy. So only the real get this song. This song is so much fun. I've always liked this song whenever I heard the album, and then I found out a lot of people don't like it. I'm like, how do you not like it? It's a cute song, doesn't take itself too seriously. I think it's cool that she name checks Stella McCartney, Paul McCartney's daughter, and Paul McCartney is literally one of my favorite musicians of all time, and his daughter is like a designer and everything. So I thought that that was like a cool reference. You have Idris Elba like right at the beginning, and yeah, the lyrics like don't really take themselves too seriously, like, but in the best way. There's something like that's endearing about it. So I really do enjoy the song. I like the production on it. I like the vocals. I like whenever she does it live. Out of every song to hate on this album, people hate on this one. You're picking the wrong song.
Same. I like when she does this one live too.
Exactly.
But no, London Boy, I know that home is where the heart is, but mine is with the English. Like, come on. She's definitely cute. And she has like some London Boys before now, so that's not shocking.
Exactly that part. And then next up, we will go on to track number 12, Soon You Get Better, featuring The Chicks.
Oh my god, I'm not ready.
This song is just so emotional, really tugs at your heartstrings. And I remember her saying that they debated if they were even going to release a song and everything, because it's basically about her mother who is dealing with cancer right now, wishing her the best because that is a very serious matter and stuff. So yeah, there's just like a lot to go in with like the lyrics and everything like that. The one that like really stands out to me is, I believe this is the bridge whenever she says, "And I hate to make this all about me, but who am I supposed to talk to? What am I supposed to do if there's no you?" And yeah, we know she's very close with her mother. There's a song, The Best Day, off of Fearless, which is literally my favorite song off of the Fearless album. Makes me emotional every single time I listen to it, especially like the bridge.
Also, I'm only me when I'm
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
a good
Can't
one.
forget about it
Honestly, 90% of the songs that debut, just like, I forget them until I hear them again because I don't really listen to the album very much. I love Tie Together with a Smile, though. That's my favorite song off that album. But yeah, like, there's just so much to pull out of this song. So I really appreciate it overall, and just the way that she went about her feelings and broached about the topic.
I don't know how she did.
Yeah, she did perform it. She did a performance of it once for something. It was like a recorded thing, and I'm surprised she like even did that. Like, how do you do that and you don't like break down crying? It's very emotional piece. The Chicks are on here, and she said that was because her mother is a huge fan of them, and I love them as well. I got into them high school.
Yes.
I think they're amazing, and I'm not big on country music, but I really like them and their stylings and how they always stood up for what they believed politically. I admire that. Instrumentation is great. Yeah, really great record. So there's really a lot to appreciate. It's a challenging listen. I don't listen to it every time, but I appreciate it.
This song is like Ronan for me. I cannot listen to Ronan. I cannot listen to this song. It is too sad. It is too heartbreaking. It's a good song, but it's like Ronan. I just can't sit down and listen to it. It's too sad.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier for me to listen to this song than Ronan. I listened to Ronan like 2 or 3 times, and then I had to peace out. I was like, I literally can never listen to this again because it's so sad. And this one is still very sad as well, but I find it a little bit easier to listen to. But yeah, I don't listen every single time because it just pulls a lot out, but it's really a great record. A very thoughtful piece.
And on to the next one.
Now we are on to track number 13, False God. Okay, so people said this, but it's so insane how she goes from Soon You'll Get Better to False God in the track listing. Like, whoa, she really put all these songs in a blender instead of Russian roulette, babes. Because how do you go from that to this? Like, there's other things to talk about with this song, but I just talk about that first. But yeah, this is like really cool. I love the saxophone all over this thing. I love the vibes. I like her songwriting on here a lot, the vocal styling. It's something that's different for her. And this song did what but Dress couldn't. I have to wake it up. I don't like Dress. I will always be the #1 slanderer of that song. It just is what it is. And yeah, I feel like this
Oh my
song
God,
was what Dress
not
tried
the
to be.
dress.
That is the worst song on Reputation, and it's not even up for debate. Not even up for debate. Like, no.
Oh my
One thing
God.
about me, I'm gonna slander that song.
But anyway,
But I like it.
let me speak real. She has been a daughter for so long, and she said, you know what? It is my time. And when I tell you, she delivered Mother on here with the jazz, like she was so out of her element here, and it was so different. And I didn't appreciate it at first, but lately, oh my God, like, come on. Like I said in my now famous tweet, that I am so dearly proud of. She is criminally underrated. She is a masterpiece. Like, wake it up, people.
Period. The real get it. Now on to track number 14, You Need to Calm Down. Alright, so my thoughts on this one. This is actually ridiculously catchy, like whenever you sit down and really listen to it. One thing about Taylor, she knows how to write a great hook, a great melody that's stuck in your head. So I will say that I understand why people have a problem with the song and think like it was very performative and like cringy, especially like for the time, because you've been out for this long and you're just now like taking a stance on LGBT issues and like the way that she did it. And I think there's something to like be said for that and her performative activism, which is a whole other tangent I can go on to. So I want to bring that to the forefront because I think that's very important, and I feel like people's concerns with that are very valid. So that is like one issue I say that I have with the song. I think it's catchy. I thought the music video was cute, for what it's worth. I don't really listen to this one very often though. Like 9 times out of 10 I listen to the album, I'm going to be skipping the song because of everything that I stated. But yeah, I mean, the hook is really catchy alone, but those are my thoughts.
I really do tend to skip a lot of the singles on here when I listen to this album a lot. Like, I really don't even really listen to the singles. I listen to the non-singles more. But You Need to Calm Down. She's a good single. She is not me.
And we're
Like,
thankful for that.
no. I'm thankful that she was not me. I love the video. I love how she was clearly hinting at Cruel Summer. Even though this video came out before the album came out, it was like she was trying to do in the Lavender Haze video, and at the different title songs that are on the album, Ellen getting Cruel Summer tatted on her, like, and I love how colorful and vibrant it is.
Yeah.
She's a fun Bob.
All right, now on to track number 15, Afterglow. All right, so my thoughts on a song. I enjoy it. I think it's a good album track. I think for me, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle with like other songs on the album. Like whenever I think of this album, this is not really one of the first songs that I think of, but I do appreciate it for what it is, and like the sentiment of it kind of more so like being, I guess, an apology and just saying like I was wrong in this situation and kind of like back to December tease just a little bit. So I can appreciate that about it. The production is interesting to listen to. I love the bridge on here. Really stands out. I like the vocals, so I appreciate it.
Oh my God, Afterglow! Like, this is the second time that she's taken I love that she takes accountability. Again, the first time she took accountability was back to December. The hit that you are, that I still adore to this day. I
If we
love that
speak real, the
she's
Taylor's version
I
outsold the
love that
original
she's
version.
vulnerable on here. I love how vulnerable she gets. But yeah, Afterglow is definitely a top 5 for me. It's beautiful.
Period. We love to see it. Now we are moving on to track number 16, Me featuring Brendon Urie of Panic at the Disco.
Oh God. Make this quick.
So my thoughts on this, obviously we know that it should not have been the lead single for the album, and she got dragged to hell when this came out. Like, I saw something, the girlies on Tumblr were trying to say that this was for like The Secret Life of Pets or something. Like, they did not want to believe this is gonna be on one of her albums, and she was like, no guys, like it actually is. And they're like, I don't know about that. Like, if you think about it, if like a lot of other big pop stars would have released this as their lead single, they wouldn't didn't even have a career. So it kind of just
I
speaks to like the Swifties' dedication, because a lot of people would have been buried after this song, and rightfully so.
I feel bad that she was so dedicated to
Hmm.
this song. She wanted this to be a hit so bad,
I
but
mean, it did number 2
hey,
on Billboard. It wasn't bad. It got blocked by Old Town Road, which is number 1 for far too many weeks. Took One Sweet Day's record,
I'd
but
rather
Mariah's getting it
listen to
back for All I
Shake
Want
It
from Her
Off.
Sis Is You. What did you say about Shake It Off?
I'd rather listen to Shake It Off than me.
I love Shake It
Like,
Off. I don't get why that gets so much hate. I'm sorry, she ate that. She ate that. It can't be no Blank Space or Style. It can't, but I like it. I'm
I
sorry.
heard
It gets a
Shake
lot
It
of
Off
hate.
hits different live, so anyone that sees Sarah's for, I'm so jealous of you.
Yes.
I'd rather listen to Shake It
I
Off
tried to go.
than
My sister and I both got waitlisted. They said, y'all are not going. I'm like, ugh, what a
oh,
shame.
that sucks for you. I'm so
Yeah, but
sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But, this song actually, again, it's really catchy. I would like it a lot more if it was just her. I don't think Brendon Urie had any business being on the song. Do I think he's
The
talented?
fact that
Sure.
he was
Do I
sick
care
when
about
he
him? No.
recorded this, though.
What did you say?
He was sick when he recorded this, and he still sounded good, though. You gotta
Well,
give him
yeah, he
that.
sounded good. Do I think I needed him on the song? No. But that's my personal opinion. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's not the worst song on the album when I Think He Knows is right there, and I know I'll get a lot of controversy for that, but oh well. I'm okay to take my lashings in order to slander I Think He Knows. But yeah, I think it's cute. I don't, absolutely love it. I don't absolutely hate it. I'm kind of just in the middle, but definitely should not have been a lead single. Maybe this could have been a single later down the line. But that's like 90% of the reason why this album gets the hate that it does is because this was the lead single, and the singles really define how people think of the album. So if she would have done Cruel Summer or literally pretty much any other song as a lead single, this album would not get bashed the way that it does. Something gave you that nerve. It's nice to have a friend. So this one has actually grown on me a lot. I feel like I used to be a lot more indifferent towards this song, but now I really enjoy it, and I don't tolerate any slander for this song. I'm sorry. 18 songs on this album, and this is the one you're gonna pick to hate on when we have a lot other, stronger contenders. Like, let's be for real for a moment. I'm sorry, like, why is this song getting so much hate? Let's focus on the real ops on this album and not this song. So, I do enjoy it.
Because All of the Girls is so much better.
It is better, but why are
That's
we
why.
but why are we putting those two songs against each other? Like I said, if we're gonna slander other songs, you can slander me, you can slander You Need to Calm Down, I Think He Knows. Like, let's slander those songs before we get to this one, because this song ain't hurt nobody. She said it's nice to have a friend, and you know what? It is.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that it was on Megan. It made the song cute, but it's not
I
my
mean,
favorite.
it feels
Skip it
really
every
peaceful to me.
time.
I think it's a pretty song. I like the place in the track listing. We needed something that was light and a great listen. And so I appreciate it. It's a good piece on the album. Again, I think this is something that's like very unique for her.
It's better
Yeah,
than me,
it's
so
significantly better
hey.
than me, which isn't saying a whole lot. But I will never understand slander for the song. I'm just never going to get it. I get feeling more indifferent towards it, but hating the song when there's like far worse songs, I'm just, everyone has their own opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. As someone who's very opinionated myself, it would be very rich for me to not let other people have their moments, because I'm gonna have a moment. But I just, different strokes for different folks. That's what I can say. Next up, we are going to do Daylight.
The last song.
Oh, so to address the thing that you said, I think you said, is it the last song? Technically, it is the last song on Lover, but I'm gonna throw in All the Girls You Loved Before, because I think that's a great record. So we will talk about that one
Yeah, I was
after this.
wondering if you were gonna
Yes,
do
because I
that
love
or
that song,
not.
and we'll talk about it. So my overall thoughts on this
Yeah.
one of her best closing tracks, technically one of my favorite songs off of this album. I feel like it's really lovely, and you can really feel her growth as like a person, a songwriter. I really love the lyric, I wanted the good and I trusted the wicked. I love the piano on this track as well. I love the writing. Her vocals are good. Do I think I really needed, the little voicemail part at the end? No, but that's just me.
I
Well,
did.
I'm
I
glad you
love
needed it, because
it.
I didn't. But it doesn't really bother me a whole lot, I will say, but I really enjoy it. One of the best songs on the album. Again, I feel like it doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves. I love the progression of the track, so it's a really nice moment on it. And she was actually gonna call the album Daylight,
I
but she
wonder.
changed it to Lover.
I was just about to talk about that. It's like we reading each other's minds here. Like, I wonder why she decided to call it Lover, not Daylight.
Well, I feel like it was because she wrote the song Lover and she probably wanted that to like represent the album more. I feel like that's what she said, something like that in one of the interviews.
Most likely.
But yeah.
I don't remember too many of her interviews from this era.
Yeah, I just remember a lot of stuff because, like, I have some notes written down and then there's just stuff in the back of my mind. And sometimes I don't remember where I'm exactly referencing stuff from. Like, it could be an interview, it could be something I read on Twitter or something like that. But I remember her saying that for sure. But, I mean, that's definitely something interesting to think about.
I love how she circles back to Red, because one lyric in a song that stuck out to me was, I once believed love would be burning red, but it's golden, like daylight. Like, I love how she went back to Red.
Yeah, I think it's cool that she's like referencing her past work, and I like when artists are able to do that. I think it's just really interesting overall. So she has so many parallels in her lyrics and stuff, whether she's doing it intentionally or accidentally. It's something that's like really interesting. There's like, you know, trinities, you know, of songs that I can put together. I was just talking about in one of my videos the Castle's Crumbling off Speak Now Taylor version, and also like Nothing New off of Red, and then This Is Me Trying off Folklore kind of had similar sentiments to me, so I kind of, you know, title those together. And then you were doing that earlier whenever we were talking about another one of the songs, you tied Peace to it as well.
It was peace and
Yes.
Archer.
Yeah. So there's so many like cool parallels in her songs and stuff. And that's what's cool, like being a fan of people and stuff, is you like appreciate those references, intentional or not. So yeah, there's just a lot to grasp from that, I will say. And next up, we will do All of the Girls You Loved Before.
Why was this not on the album?
Well, at least we got it now.
God. Yeah, we have
All
it
right,
now.
and
So
let's get into
here's
it.
the song.
All that I can say is all of the girls you loved before.
So this is easily one of her best songs, a career highlight. Like, I remember whenever I heard this song, and I was just floored. I'm like, exactly like you, Crystal. How could she have not put this on the album? You know, I remember this song leaked, and then what did she do? She went and she put it on streaming services, and I have to respect it. There's one thing about Miss Ariana Grande, she gonna have 500 songs leak every week, and I feel really bad for that woman, because like, dang, like you can't respect your privacy. Every week y'all leaking something. Taylor said, y'all be easy. I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna make some money off it. She flipped it. I respect that. I hope one day we get an album from her, and it's like all of her vault songs that she like feels comfortable like releasing at some point. I think that would be really cool, because you know we've got a taste of it off of these like deluxe albums and stuff. Yes, we just need moments like that. So I hope that we're able to get that someday. But I mean, yeah, just a really amazing piece. Her vocals stand out a lot on the track, and I really like the lyrics on this one as well. Whenever she says, before your past and mine are parallel lines, stars all aligned and they intertwined. I really love the bridge on here as well. See, there you go. Another tie. Invisible String is one of my favorite songs off of Folklore, by the way. I think that is just a gorgeous piece about fate, and the way that she like kind of describes it, like all these little things that tied us together, and now look, here we are. So yeah, that's like a really good piece and everything. And I guess just kind of appreciating someone's like past and everything, like, you know, all the girls you loved before like brought us to this point, and like everything that you've learned. Yeah, like it's a really good way to think about it and flip it on its head. So yeah, career highlight, one of her best, and adore.
Yes. So relatable. I love it so much. I know I'm thankful to all of the girls you loved before, because I love you more.
Period. She really ate that. She really ate that. I can't believe this wasn't on the album. It's just, whenever I listen to the album, like I do listen to it afterwards. But I'm glad we have it and it was like released. And now I want to get into my overall thoughts on this album. So I really enjoy this album. This is probably one of my most played like Taylor albums actually. And yeah, like I have my skips on here. I kind of like went over them. So, you know, the songs I don't skip, I listen to like fairly often. And yeah, I feel like it doesn't get the credit it deserves, like I said, because of me being the lead single kind of taints the view that a lot of people have on this album. But one thing that I really liked about it is that the aesthetic is a lot lighter, you know, because Reputation was very dark with like the black and red album cover and like a lot of her aesthetics all the way around the era and stuff. And then this one has like a lot of pastels, it's very bright and vibrant and colorful and stuff. And I love whenever artists do stuff like that, thinking about like Janet Jackson's The Velvet Rope into the All For You era. And Velvet Rope was kind of tackling her childhood and, you know, troubles that she had during that, and tackles a lot of themes about homophobia and, you know, even talking about the internet and domestic violence and like all these things. And that was brilliant. And then All For You was kind of her album after she got divorced, and it was pretty light for the most part. She had a few songs addressing it, but the aesthetic was, you know, very bright and like white aesthetic, very colorful. And then also like Mariah Carey's Butterfly, which was an album after her divorce and everything that she went through with that, and her most personal album, Into the Rainbow album. And I feel like that album's very underrated. As I said before, very bright, very vibrant. I love the aesthetics. Feels like summer, youth, beach, fun. So I feel like that album doesn't get enough respect, and I'm always a Rainbow apologist. So I really love whenever artists do that. So I thought that that was really cool about it. I think the songwriting on here is great. There's a lot of like highlights and memorable parts and stuff like that. And she's proving, like I said earlier, even though I'm in love, I can still write a great breakup song. And there's a lot of insight to like be found. And that's something I really appreciate about her songs, is like you think you understand everything until like you listen to another song she's done, or you come back to it a little bit later and like, oh, now I understand what she meant by that lyric, or oh, here's how I think about it. It's kind of interesting how like so many people can listen to the same album and the songs mean something different to them, or they come to a different conclusion. So I think the songwriting on here generally is pretty great, especially with brilliant strokes of genius like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, like I was talking about earlier, for sure. So I think there's a lot to love with the songwriting. The lover moment is a great piece in songwriting. So really, you know, her continuing on with that. I think the songwriting was better here than Reputation. So I appreciate that about it. Really great production for the most part. It's aged decently for me, I will say. So I like it. I like Taylor, you know, and her pop element. Taylor and her pop bag is probably my favorite Taylor. Even though I enjoy pretty much every genre that she does, I always have a soft space in my heart for pop Taylor because, you know, 1989 was kind of what brought me in. So yeah, I feel like this was just an improvement over Reputation. I feel like it was a good moment and stuff in terms of that. I like her vocals on this. I think this could have been pared down. Like people said, I feel like if she would have brought this down to like 12 songs, 15 songs, I think it would have just made for a more cohesive album. I think people would have liked it better.
I'm a rev girly, truly. I really am a rev girly, but for some reason this year especially, I've been listening to Lover a lot more, you know. She's good. She's not my favorite, but she's good. And, you know, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's the first one that she owns as well. So yeah, I feel like it's a good snapshot at like where she was at that point in her life.
It's a debut
Yeah.
for what's to come.
Yeah, so it's a really good album, and you know, when I listened to it, I appreciate it more. So this was good because I read a lot of notes that I had, and I was just like rereading them. But there's a lot that like I've taken from this album because I just re-listened to it, that I was sharing a lot of new insights. So it's cool. There's a lot to be gained from her music, and that's like what I really appreciate about her as a songwriter. So it was cool.
Wait,
I said, is there any other thoughts you had about the album you want to share, or am I good to wrap up?
No, not really. I can't wait to
Yeah,
see
folklore will be really fun. Yeah, so I think I will wrap it up here. So thanks so much for showing up to this. This was a lot of fun to do. Thank you for this idea, Crystal.
Alex,
Thanks
you
for co-hosting with me. Thank you for coming on here, Alex. I loved your insights and stuff. It was really cool. It was really cool. So I appreciate you. Thanks for co-hosting with me, Crystal. Thanks for having the idea and like setting this up. I think folklore will be a really fun piece to do. So we'll message and correspond about when to do that, and I'll definitely do more of these. But have a good night, everyone. See you next time.
Have a good night. Goodbye.
I forgot to say that I love the album cover, and I really love all the colors all over it, especially that yellow towards the edge and just how everything like blends into each other and just the intention there. And I appreciate the 180 that it is from Reputation. And the color scheme for this era was cool. I love her photo shoots and how vibrant it was, so I figured I would throw that in. That is going to be it for the Twitter space that I hosted on Taylor Swift's Lover. This is the first Twitter space I've hosted in a hot minute, and it felt good to be doing so again, and I'm excited to do more for Taylor's albums and just at large. If you want to participate in these discussions, then you can follow me on Twitter at the Anastasia25, and over there I announce whenever I'm hosting these. I also usually do it on my community tab on my YouTube page, so definitely check there. And a lot of times the turnaround is pretty quick and everything, but this is really fun to do. I had a great time, so much insight to be shared on this album, I will say. If you guys wanted to see more videos on Taylor Swift, I will have a card on the screen right here to where you guys can go to check out everything that I've done. It'll also be at the end of this video and linked down below in the description, of course. And in the description I'll leave a playlist of all the Twitter spaces that I've hosted and re-uploaded onto here. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like down below. It helps me out a lot. YouTube algorithm, I'd very much appreciate it. You guys can subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you hit the bell, get a notification to your phone when I post, so you know when some brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. You guys can check me out over there. I should have a video coming out there today, in fact, and it's going to be my unboxing of Kelly Clarkson's Chemistry vinyl, the Target variant. And I've also been uploading a lot of other stuff on there as well, like my Janet and Mariah concert reviews and stuff, so definitely check me out on that if you want to see more of me. Also going to have my Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and TikTok if you guys like to follow me, a link to stream this album, and likely links to educate you guys on a point situation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.